Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Celebi. Now Celebi is an interesting Pokemon. It has base 100 stats across the board, which is very nice. It is a Pokemon that can be used in a variety of different scenarios. I've got 5 different sets for you today. I think there's one of them that's Dynamax, and I'll tell you which one's Dynamax. I think it's the third one, but we'll discuss that when we get to it because I can't think off the top of my head. Now, the first set we have is probably the common set that I've run with Celebi. It's a specially defensive set. My typical grass support set, as you all know, if you've watched many of these videos, we have on here leftovers, and we also have toxic to allow you to start racking up damage on different Pokemon. As Celebi's a transfer-only Pokemon, you would have to transfer this regardless, so it doesn't matter about you needing toxic. And toxic just allows you to rack up so much different damage on different Pokemon. And stop things like setup sweepers from setting up fully because they're on a timer, and it can even start taking down walls as well, and mean they won't stay in for as long as they might have intended to. Other than we've got Giga Drain, which allows you to heal up because you are going to be taking a few hits with this set. We've got Leech Seed, powerful move in my opinion, so it most commonly causes switches on different Pokemon. Because they don't want you zapping that little bit of HP from them every single turn. But if not, you still get some health back at the end of the turn anyway, so I find it to be a really good utility move. And then Heal Bell to support the Pokemon on your team, so if you've got physical Pokemon that are burnt, or any Pokemon that are toxic, for example, or asleep, you can then get rid of those conditions. But do be cautious that Pokemon with like Guts are not going to want that to happen, and I think as well soundproof Pokemon, they won't be healed because they can't hear the heal bell. Is kind of the idea of the lore, I believe. But yeah, EV-wise, got max HP and max special defense, or sorry, 220 in special defense with a with a calm nature, so more special defense, less attack. And put 36 in speed. You could always go max HP and max special defense if you want to. The 36 in speed, I believe, allows you to outspeed base 75 Pokemon, if I think correctly. It's either base 75 or 85 Pokemon that are fully invested in speed. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head which one it is, but it allows you to outspeed some Pokemon that are commonly at a common speed level. As I said, if you want to go for the max special defense, you can. It is your option. The second set we have is a Choice Spec set. Now, Celebi does get access to a couple of nice moves here. Again, Natural Cure we've got is the only ability. We've got Psychic, powerful stab Psychic type attack. It's a variety of Pokemon. Giga Drain, excuse me, I've got the hiccups coming. Giga Drain, which is powerful grass type attack, again boosted by stab. Or a Sphere to hit things like steel types because you can't hit them for neutral damage with the other two moves. And that always hits as well, so if you've got something that's increasing its evasiveness, not that it's allowed in a lot of formats, but if you do, then that's the case. You have something to deal with it. We have Trick as well to get rid of the choice specs if you need to get rid of them. So let's say they have a very defensive Pokemon, so Chansey and Blissey are coming with the DLC download, so if you want to put the choice specs on them instead of them having access to like the Eviolite or leftovers or whatever they have, they become a lot less threatening, especially the Eviolite with the Chansey, because it just really lowers down those defenses, meaning that you can do some damage to it. EV's gone for max special attack and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now you could go for modest if you want to. It's entirely up to you based on what your speed is looking for. You can even go max HP, max special attack if you want to, because your base hundreds across the board means you should be able to live some hits anyways. Now the third set we have, I've gone for something a little bit more interesting. You wouldn't necessarily expect to see a Celebi with a physical set, but which is something that I thought when I originally made this set. I was like, I don't understand why I'm doing physical, but when you actually look at it, base 100 attack is the same as basically a base 100 special attack, so we can have a physical Pokemon on this side as well. What we have here is a Swords Dance set, so doubling your attack from basically 300 to 600, which allows for you to be able to hit a lot more Pokemon for a lot more power. You've then got the Life Orb, allowing for you to do that extra little bit of damage, so 1.3 times. Seed Bomb, powerful grass type attack, hits a variety of different Pokemon for super effective damage. You've got Zen Headbutt, powerful psychic type attack, and if you outspeed the Pokemon, you can also flinch them, which can be really good. And then you've got Double Edge as just another move that I want to show off. Eevee's gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed and less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. This was not the Dynamax set, if any of you are wondering, because I did say the third set might be. It is in fact the fourth set that's the Dynamax set. So on here we have the weakness policy for Celebi. Honestly, its ability to be able to set up its stats are a little bit lacking, so I did have to go for the weakness policy here. The only move we've got that's really good to use when Dynamax, and maybe another one which is good when in doubles, you've got Earth Power, which powerful ground type attack turns to Max Quake to increase up your special defense. And possibly if you're in doubles, you've got Aura Sphere to raise up the attack of both you and your ally as well. And you've possibly even got the ability to set up the grassy terrain using Max Overgrowth, which can increase up the power of grass type moves. So that's an option as well. But the main point here is the weakness policy. Now, if you could get a Pokemon with you, such as something with Flame Charge maybe, that gives the +1 speed to that Pokemon and also gives you the weakness policy boost that you might need. If you have like a base 110 Pokemon, for example, on speed, then you can possibly have them outspeed you, have that increase in their speed, and then you'll attack straight after. So that can work quite well. At least in my head, that works quite well. Whether it works quite well in actual matches, you don't know. Now, other moves, I put Dazzling Gleam. Fairy type is obviously a very powerful type to have, so you might as well have it on your set. Again, Aura Sphere because it hits a variety of different Pokemon. And then Energy Ball, powerful grass type attack boosted by Stab. Eevee's max special attack and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. I definitely recommend going for the max speed as much as possible here, because that will allow you to outspeed as many Pokemon as you can. And you are about to have your special attack and your attack doubled, so that could be, you know, something you don't have to worry about. The final set I have is another kind of supportive set. Now, this could be ran as max HP, max special attack, max defense, or even max special defense. If you want to, it's up to you how you decide to run this. But I put leftovers on here. Stealth Rock to set up the hazards for Pokemon, because having hazards can be quite a big thing. It will also stop things like fire types coming in as easily, and bug types. They'll take 25% damage at least when they come in. Now, obviously, you being Psychic Grass, you're 4 times weak to bug and 2 times weak to fire. So having that ability to have that damage on them straight away, it does kind of deter them from coming in. So it could be a definite benefit for you. Then we've got Carmine to set up your special attack and your special defense, just raising yourself up to be a bit more tanky. You've then got Psychic and Giga Drain, your 2 stab moves. Obviously, do be cautious of steel types. If you're concerned, you can place Aura Sphere on here instead or something, or even Earth Power, but it's up to you. Eevees, as I said, you can have max HP, max special attack. You could have the one that's on the screen, which allows you to outspeed those base 75. I'm going to say it was 75 because I think that's what it was. You could have max HP, max defense to allow yourself to become tanky. You could have max HP, max special defense if you want to be setting up a little bit more on the calm mind, and then possibly have stored power instead of psychic. Several different options that you have here, but that is all for Celebi today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.